Hello, and welcome to Corona Fine Art. Today I will be taking you on a virtual tour of my newest winter exhibit in the Arboreal Gallery at the Milton Rhodes Center in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Thank you for joining me today. I hope that you enjoy this tour, and remember to subscribe, leave me a comment, and visit my website, coronafineart.com, for more art. Welcome to Reflections, a collection of works by Carolina Corona held at the Arboreal Gallery in the Milton Rhodes Center in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. This exhibit will be held from February 3rd to March 27th. Now, let me tell you a little bit about Carolina Corona. She is passionate about nature and environmental justice, and her artwork is a celebration of that fact and her unique perspective. Through her paintings, Corona aims to share her vision of the world around her and some of her innermost thoughts. I am inspired by the beauty of our earth and preserving the environment of the natural world, so our resources are made available to us and future generations, she said. Corona was born in Veracruz, Mexico. As a child, she expressed her creativity and free spirit through craft making and exploring her immediate environment. When she moved to Wilmington, North Carolina at age 10, she began art classes. After graduating from high school, she moved to Winston-Salem and enrolled at Salem College, where she earned a bachelor's in fine arts and art education degree. She taught for 2 years before deciding to dedicate herself full-time to her art, including painting and photography. Thank you for joining me today. I will be walking you through the gallery and telling you a little bit about some of the pieces that are included in this show. I have some pieces that belong to my Goddess series. As you previously saw, I have 3 prints that represent some of the goddess that I painted in acrylic. Here I have a collection of paintings of one of my trips to Puerto Rico. I visited a lot of different beaches in this trip, and it was so inspired by the beautiful blue waters and the rocks and the birds and the vegetation. Everything came together so perfectly in unity and inspired me to do a series of watercolors. I also have some other paintings, such as this Southern Belle painting, inspired by Wilmington, North Carolina, and the Azalea Festival celebrated there, and more colorful springtime paintings. These 2 are from Wilmington as well, of different landscapes of gardens that I was inspired by during the Azalea Festival. And I'm also very inspired by trees, such as the sequoias and some of the tall tropical trees I found in Puerto Rico. Here is California Dreaming, a colorful representation of the Californian coast. And some more autumn colors, beautiful flowers that I saw in the autumn in North Carolina. On this wall, I have a collection of smaller works in acrylics on gallery wrapped canvas. I have hummingbirds, which is one of my favorite birds, the camellias, which we'll see in bloom very soon, and here's another one of my Goddess series paintings, the Goddess, and a soft wave in Wrightsville Beach, North Carolina. I grew up living near Wrightsville Beach. So it was a very big inspiration for a lot of my work. Here I have a collection of green paintings. Some from Florida, some from Vermont, like the Stowe Pinnacle and the Palmettos. As you can see, I have arranged the gallery into different seasons. So we started from spring and now we're moving on to summertime. So I've included some really green landscapes of waterfalls. This is Crabtree Waterfall, one of my favorites in the state of North Carolina. And I have some beach from Florida and North Carolina as well. This one is Oregon. The Grand Tetons in the summer. You can still see a little bit of snow. And again, North Carolina Beach. And these are the Ode to the Forest. This forest in North Carolina. And a waterfall in DuPont Forest. With so much green around it, so lively, and so much beautiful light. Moving on, we have the grassing elks in the mighty Rocky Mountains and the Grand Canyon in all its majesty. And some other works from North Carolina. Istato Falls in the spring, summertime. And I have some autumn landscapes from the coast, the Outer Banks, and Wrightsville. Some beautiful reflections in the water. In some of my larger works, this is the Grand Tetons National Park. And some coastal scenes from the North Carolina coast. We have Topsail Island and some of the wetlands there that I visited with my family during Christmas a few years ago. And the Fort Fisher Oaks that always inspire me with their whimsical shapes. Here I have a collection of North Carolina waterfalls. I love exploring the mountains and visiting the waterfalls in the autumn. It's one of my favorite road trips to take. North Carolina is such an amazing state to visit coast and mountains. Here you can see Glen Falls with touches of orange, red, and yellow. The fabulous, gorgeous Linville Falls. And also, apple picking is one of my favorite activities in autumn. So I have a painting of a tree filled with apples in the apple orchard in the North Carolina mountains. Here are some winter water beachscapes from North Carolina. I've been to Wrightsville Beach in a stormy, dark day, but with some light peeking through. I always find those days so inspiring because I usually have the beach to myself, so I'm able to explore and stop and observe all the beauty. This is some other waterfalls in the winter in North Carolina from the Smoky Mountain region. Snowy waterfalls. And I have a vertical panorama of a snowy day in the woods, hiking up to Crowder's Mountain in North Carolina. And most recently I started a series of bird paintings. This is one of the paintings from that series, the cardinals in the snow with the beautiful red berries. And lastly, I have a winter wonderland and the hellebores that are going to be blooming very soon as well. And this is the end of the tour. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you enjoyed hearing about my pieces, and make sure that if you can visit the gallery to see them in person, and visit coronafineart.com. Thank you, and see you again soon.